stay at your cousin's only.
Dude, I've sent them away. I've sent them away. They're like, come tomorrow after 9 p.m. Don't come before that. I have no idea where I will be.
Dude, this is worse than for our Indian viewers watching. This is worse than like a JE results and
Yeah, dude.
it's
It's
worse
so
than
str-
that shit.
so stressful, and especially when you have to depend on David Moyes to, pull something off. It's just, yeah, not
I
fun.
know what that feels like.
You know better. You know better than most. Okay, let's jump into it. Our first category, a broad category, is transfers. Everybody loves transfers. We're going to be entering transfer season very soon. There were some blockbusters, big money transfers in the Premier League last season. Some of them proved to be doing really well. Player of the season shouts. Some of them not so much. So let's straight jump into it. Who, according to you boys, is the transfer flop of the season?
Vamsi, I'll
Vamsi,
let you go first.
you have a lot of shouts, right? You should have a lot of shouts from your team.
I wanna pick somebody that's not at United, but it gets so fucking hard. You know, sadly, very sadly, this has to go to my goalkeeper that we picked up this season.
Ooh.
I thought it'll come to like better days where I'll pick another player, but I feel like Onana has just cost United so many points, and I feel bad bringing this up because he's performed really well, but they're making those mistakes in CL and causing. You can't if you let off like United, then you're just waiting to get fucked by everyone. And then like the team, the media, like everything. I think he's understood that what happens if you do this shit at Inter and what happens when Inter does that at United. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think you're being hyper critical of Onana here. Like, in my opinion, I totally get the pain that he brought to you guys throughout the season. But yeah, I think I would go for other people. But like, Nirav, who's your shout? Transfer flop.
Um, for me, I mean, it has to be Mason Mount. The reason being, I know that he has been injured for most of the season, but then signing a player who's played in the Premier League for so long, a player who's actually shined in the Premier League, player who was bought for 60 million, so, English poster boy at one point of time, Champions League winner. He came back.
Jersey number 7.
I think he came back a month or something ago, and he was supposed to take a struggling United and push them higher, push the team's level a little bit higher. That's why he was bought for, and he isn't able to do that. He isn't able to control his own form.
Yeah.
He isn't able to elevate the team. I know the team is a little bit problematic, but yeah, I just can't look past it with the price tag and with the expectations and everything. I just can't look past. And regardless of all that, I just don't see um, his space for him in United. Essentially, I don't see where
Yeah.
he can play properly. I don't think he can elevate the team. So for me, the flop of the season probably is Mason Mount.
Yeah, I think the only way I see him working is probably like that Ericsson replacement, but then you would need a very strong CDM uh, that you don't have. So it's like United are like a funny club and in a funny situation. For me, I think I'll go on the other side of Manchester. I think another big money move from a fellow Premier League club, and it just didn't work out. So for me, it's Matthias Nunes. Joined City from Wolves, and big money, like paid 50 million, was supposed to be the Calvin Phillips Rodri replacement, whatever that means, but hasn't had a sniff. And like Kovacic on the other hand has played his part, and he has proved to be consequential in terms of ball progression and everything else. But Matthias Nunes has just not gotten a sniff in that City team. So I would say, yeah, for me it's Matthias Nunes.
it's weird, right? Somehow, like whoever they sign in that role, just the levels are too high.
Yeah.
So for me, the flop of the season.
The, the funny thing is, like, even when Rodri was banned for a couple of matches, right, it just doesn't work for anybody else. So it just goes to show how crucial Rodri is, and probably like he'll be mentioned in our best players and like all of those categories later on. Like, okay, next category. bargain of the year. Who do you think was the bargain of the year? Nirav, let's start with you.
Can I say Declan Rice? Because that's gonna be ridiculous, right? A little bit ridiculous considering like he
I
was 100 million back.
definitely,
But
yeah.
let's not do that. Um
Let's not be biased here.
let's not be biased here. I'm gonna say just because I'm gonna say just because of the impact Endo has had at Liverpool, and considering so many different defensive midfielders that went this summer, he was probably the one who was like the least exciting, or the least um, the least talked about, at least. And he is also at an age where, like, the price tag is sort of justified, but still the performances that he put in the season, let's not forget that Liverpool are still third with the team that they have. They're not, let's be real, they're not at the same level. The team is not at the same level as Arsenal and City, but they did compete with Arsenal and City. Now obviously this is a lot,
Yeah.
lot of it is down to Jurgen Klopp, and a lot of it is down to the coaching staff. But still, I mean, the performances that Endo has put in this season with the price tag that he's had, um, already won a League Cup and finished third. Even in big games, he's been really good. A lot of big games come into mind. I think for me right now, I can think of him being the start of the season, the bargain of the season. If I'm
Bargain of the season. Yeah, no, a very good, great shout because for me, it's his counterpart in that midfield. So it was a coin toss between McAllister and Endo for me. Given the way they performed, they were not very expensive, and Endo especially was third, fourth, fifth choice, whatever you want to say, because they kind of like didn't get the first, like they didn't get Caicedo and Lavia. But I think McAllister, the way he's converted penalties, come up with goals, being the glue in the midfield for Liverpool was kind of like, help them propel them to the title challenge and up until it faltered at the very end. So I think for me, it was very close between both of them, but I go with McAllister. Wamsi, same, similar. You want to bring in a United player?
No, dude. I actually wanted to sadly bring a City player in.
Which one?
For me, Guardiola this season, right? He hasn't had a great start to the season, but like fuck, it seems like a fairy tale, bro. Every year, right, towards the end of the season, there's this one player. Pep is like, "Ad, bro, like it's time to get the
Yeah.
levels up." And City were nowhere close to being where the dominant force they were. And somehow 80 million Guardiola has figured out that I'm gonna play fucking everywhere on the left wing. And oh my god, the impact he's had, and maybe this is one of those things that will push City over the line. Like for me, is
Yeah.
80 million very well spent or probably very well coached, I guess. I
I
mean,
think he's
you have
also.
to sign. You have to sign
Yeah,
the coach also.
yeah, bro. It's like one of those things like Guardiola takes one player and then he puts them into a machine and be like, okay, now you are going to be the next evolution. Get to the next stage, and then that person just goes on like a goal scoring form, bangers or like last minute arrivals into the box, and just propels them to the next level. Hate
Yeah,
that all, man.
dude, and all his like goals and like other stuff I saw were mostly like match winners
Yeah,
or like it sets the tone for the game, and that is
yeah,
madness. Like the
yeah.
0-1 shit.
Hate it, man. Hate it. Like I like. Come on,
Yeah,
where is that gene in Arteta? Like, actually, he did it. He did it with Leandro Trossard this season, so can't really blame it
yeah.
on him.
Dude, sort of crazy that fucking all these Chelsea boys, like, Mira picked on the world Chelsea want to move to United for all of worst shit. But Jackson, Nkunku he's just blowed a balloon, bro. That's it this season. That's all he's done. For 75
Bro,
million? Yeah.
that celebration was a little too much. Like,
He's been out the whole season, he's blowing
yeah,
balloons, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money, 75 million. I was just looking at top transfers, and
yeah,
Guardiola's, I think, paying off. But,
yeah.
yep.
Okay, last one in transfer category. Of course, the best transfer move of the window.
Wait. I think I missed it. But did Vamsi say bargain of the season is Guardiola?
Yeah.
Recency bias.
He took them
Max.
the title, bro, Nirav.
It
Hard recency bias.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't disagree. I can't disagree because he literally came up clutch with all the goals in the last 4 or 5 games. I think that's worth 75 million. But well, we'll move on to the best transfers. We'll move on to some get some shouts for
Again,
the Arsenal boys, like a much needed shout for Arsenal boys. So need of best transfer. There has to be just one, right? It has to be only
I
one.
mean, regardless of price tag, you're asking me the best transfer this year.
Best transfer. Best transfer. Doesn't matter the price
I
tag.
don't want to be biased, man. I just like hate being like a biased motherfucker. But it has to be Declan Rice, right? Like it just
It has.
can't.
There's no bias here. It has to be.
No, I mean
He's in
it
like
has to be Declan
player
Rice.
of the season shouts. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I would say there are a few other shouts that I can think of in the same vein as Declan Rice, but yeah, this has to be
Kai
Declan Rice. There's
Havertz.
no, no. This has to be Declan Rice. I mean, there are just a few reasons for this. For number one is just from where the team was and how much the elevation is, how much you contribute to that is what a transfer, how you define a transfer. Price tag is one thing, but only in this case can I say that 100 million player is probably worth way more than like how much we've paid for it, and we actually got a bargain. And just the character, I feel like this guy is gonna stay in Arsenal for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and he has a chance of being the captain. He elevates the team on the pitch, outside of the pitch, mentality wise, everything wise. Defensively, we've become the best team in the world right now just because of him and his impact.
Mhm.
And his availability throughout the season, he's been there. So like not even like one injury. I can't even remember if he had even a nibble. And I don't
Yeah.
think in his career he's had that. So and the most important thing is that he's converted from being a 6 to being an 8, and he has I
Yeah.
think about like almost 20 goal contributions, which is ridiculous for like someone who's barely had any in previous seasons. So that jump, that whole elevation of level, and I feel like he's gonna keep on elevating in that 8 role, and he'll kind of be like Aaron Ramsey for us, but better defensively and weirdly, I feel like more impactful. So yeah, for me, he's it.
Nothing I can add. I mean, for me, the same shout. But I have one question for you. Going forward, like, what position do you think Arsenal need a player in? Does Declan Rice stick to the 8 role or the 6 role? And where does he go next season? What's his best position?
His best position is right now this sort of like 6-8 hybrid that Arteta has created for him. And yeah, I think we do need a pure 6 to play with him. Like we can see like when Partey came into the picture, how good Declan Rice started playing, how good the whole team started performing. But yeah, he's changed, dude. Like Arteta has completely changed his whole style. Arteta has made him more aggressive, and that's exactly where he is gonna thrive because he's a player who's been like
Yeah.
held back. He started his career as a centre back. He went to more of like a number 6 for West Ham, and actually for West Ham he was doing everything. He was the main
Hmm.
midfield pivot. He was doing everything there. Um, but for Arsenal, he has a very specific role, and that's where he's going to thrive. He's just going to keep getting better at that role on the left channel when he's going to be defensively supporting the 6 and also offensively supporting the front 3. It's just perfect for him. His aggression, his interceptions, even counter pressing, he's there. He's like a wall there. So he wins the ball back for us. He's going to go there inside and score. And I predict, this is just a prediction for next season, he's going to start scoring a lot of headers. He's going to start scoring a lot of he's going to start coming into the box scoring goals. He's going to start scoring long rangers like Rodri has been. So he'll kind of next season is the most exciting one when we'll see him get another gear in the number 8 level.
Yeah. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, all that you said just puts a big smile on my face. So
Yeah.
I'll hand it over to Bamsi. What's your biggest, like, best transfer this season?
I can't believe it debating that it has to be Goalkeeper, right? Come on. 45 million. I mean, at that price point, what a steal. I mean, Chelsea were fucking dead in the water. Like, I don't know what Chelsea was up to for like 30 years in the season. But Cole Palmer was clearly up to something. Right?
he
Scoring
knew
goals.
he knew his skills. He knew his skill set. He had the belief.
He's It's like, I bro, you guys do whatever you want, blow balloons or whatever, like all this shit. He's just there, scoring goals, creating chances. And Pep must be kicking himself when letting Cole Palmer go when Grealish is still at the club. Criminal. I mean, people make mistakes, right? And
They
um,
essentially are without a right winger. Like if you think about it, they are essentially without one. So they have nobody to play there. The Grealish plays on the left, Doku plays on the left. They put Bernardo
Foden or
Silva
Onana,
sometimes.
yeah.
So I mean, it's working for them. They are probably going to win the league still. But yeah, I
I know.
think that was
Cole
a
P,
miss.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cole P, just what a player. I really liked watching him this season. Just really good attackingly and just plays like a Daku, man. Like plays a little like ice cold, which is like important, like in the Premier League. Like, and he has a peach of a left foot.
Yeah.
And I hope he moves to like a better club than Chelsea, because
So you think Chelsea's so you think Chelsea's not going to be back?
nah, bro, not with Nkunku and Jackson up front. Like, it's just that's just not happening. Like, in no
That's
world
a
I see a trident of Cole Palmer, Jackson, and Nkunku tearing Premier League up when you have like Bowen scoring 16-7 goals, Son on 17. Like, the levels are different here, and these people are like not even in the Premier League race, right?
yeah.
The people we're talking about. So the
That's a
levels are different.
controversial opinion given that they're challenging for the fifth spot. I mean, they might just get Europa over Tottenham, United, Newcastle,
Yeah.
uh, Brighton. I mean, if they get Europa, I think they are probably. I don't know. They just pulled off a blinder if they get Europa for me. Like I was dead sure that they're gonna finish 11th or 12th. Like up until six weeks back, I was like, this club is done, and I was so happy about it. But unfortunately for me and other people who are not associated with Chelsea, they actually did pretty well.
They did
Yeah.
pretty well, man. I
This
think.
could go on Pochettino also.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
I feel like even at the start of the season, there was a everyone knew, like, just looking at the underlying numbers, you know that Chelsea was doing well. They were probably like, for XG, they were like fourth or fifth, like, throughout the season. X points, I mean. And they were
Yeah.
I just feel like whatever's happening right now is just a result of like the work Pochettino is putting in. Results happen, but eventually whatever's happening now is fair, and like they've had a good season, I would say, considering where they were before. And I think Europa League is the best they could hope for, because the top four teams are pretty strong at this point.
Yeah.
At least the top three, and Aston Villa has just had a brilliant season. So yeah.
Yeah.
AJ,
I
keyboard
completely
and
agree.
volume a little bit.
Okay. Volume increase or decrease?
Decrease, and your keyboard's
Okay.
flapping.
Got it. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
sure.
go ahead.
Okay, so next one. Let's do the best goal of the season. I think Vamsi, go for it. I know you
Come
have a
on,
shout.
bro. You can't go over that Garnacho goal. Come on. I don't think I've seen a better bicycle kick in a while. That last one was Wayne Rooney. That I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck happened? And dude,
So
that
Grenade,
Garnacho goal, yeah, it was insane. Like the
yeah,
technique. Dude, only a fucking 19-year-old kid can do that shit. Because you get what I mean? The ball's
yeah, yeah,
going
yeah.
away from the goal. He's just like, alright, I'm just gonna get up now and do this.
I would love for something similar, or like one of those bangers to be scored at Emirates, because it's been such a like such a while where we're like oh what happened, like what happened, like all of a sudden. Uh, but okay, Garnacho's overhead kick or Rooney's overhead kick?
Ooh, technique wise, Garnacho's, but legendary wise, Rooney. I mean, that was against like City. This is fucking against like Everton. Like, dude, this is against an Everton we were about to lose. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No, I think for me, Rooney's stands out because it was at OT and it was the 3-2 winner, right? And then the celebration after that, the the moment, it was amazing. Like, silencing the neighbors, the noisy neighbors at that point of time.
Yeah.
And
So
The
it
Rooney
aura
is
was,
behind
so
that goal
big,
was
bro.
like,
Like just his whole body weight just going up
yeah.
into the air. The whole phenomena of the physical phenomena of it was just amazing. I just loved it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Nirav,
For me, it's a Garnacho
same,
one. Yeah.
same goal, best goal of the season?
He'll pick a Howard's goal, I'm telling
No, 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 no. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, Garnacho has to be the best one here. I really like Isaac's goal too. The one where he puts, like, when he takes on the left side and then puts a curler. That is the
Yeah.
phenomenal fucking goal. Also really liked. I don't know. Was it Rodri or who had like a banger from the. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, if you have to ask me, none of them come close to Garnacho's goal. It was out of this world. Like it was just out of nowhere, out of this world, and United needed that at that point of time. That's the only award they're gonna win this year.
Yeah.
Goal of the
Except for
season.
there's another category where they probably might win another
Yeah,
one, which
yeah,
is
yeah.
nothing to be proud of. But yeah, we'll come to that. Okay, let's get on to the main awards now.
Sure.
We'll go position by position, line
Yeah,
by line, and let's
yeah.
see what our best players are. So,
Hmm.
best goalkeeper, Vamsi.
Ooh.
Oh nah nah, don't take his name. Oh nah nah, don't take his name.
I don't know. I really liked Raya at the start of the season.
Uh-huh.
Like you guys know on this pod, I really wanted Raya at United, but looks like he's going to Arsenal. Most clean sheets. It has definitely improved. Uh, I mean, he's had his like little slight of mistakes, but I feel like the defense in front of him like really helped him. Like the team structure, not enough chances being created, hasn't been tested to its limits. Uh, but yeah, it's good. It's good for him also. I think Raya gets the team of the season. I mean, I don't think I've seen a more consistent goalkeeper at the back this year. So Raya for
Nirav,
me.
do you agree?
I do agree, but it's becoming too biased on my end. I need to shake it up a little bit. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say the keeper of the season is Stefan Ortega. And I'll tell you why. Because firstly, I mean, this has been the season where Edison's been out the most. Ortega has come in a very difficult time and shown that he's the best second keeper there is in the Premier League right now, probably in the world. I mean, Lunin is really really good for Real Madrid, but then Ortega has been so good. Single-handedly, probably won the league for City when he stopped that Son goal. Um, I mean, it could be match fixing. We don't know, but
There
uh,
was a lot of there was a lot of money paid to the South Korean government.
yeah.
Suddenly, Samsung stocks are up. You'll see this shit.
uh, no, but like whenever he's been called and he's been superb, man. That he's been like he's had a level above Edison. I feel like at some levels, and I feel like Edison wouldn't be able to stop that Son shot. So I know the number of games is against my pick here, but if just like impact from where you've been, like the star coming out of in the goalkeeper position is possibly gonna be Ortega for me. The reason I'm not saying Raya here is because Raya has had some blunders and he's been supported really well by probably the best centre back pairing in the league for the last 2-3 years. So, yeah. And Declan
I
Rice
agree,
on top of
completely
that.
agree.
So,
Yeah, I think Raya, the good part about Raya is the fact that he hasn't been tested, and he hasn't been tested because of his collection. Like if he basically kills the chaos before it given a chance to actually brew. So that's the best part about him, and I completely agree with Nirav there that in the moments when you feel like there'll be a difference making save, we haven't really seen that. He's been good, he's been consistent, but there hasn't been like a moment where, oh, okay, yeah, we remember this. Like for example, Ramsdale, everybody remembers that free kick save against James Madison, right, against Leicester in his when we finished fifth in that season. Everybody remembers that because that was like a out of the blue save. Nobody was saving that. I don't think we've had that moment with Raya yet. But I would give my shout to Martinez. I think he saved some very important points for Villa.
boo.
No, no, no. I was gonna give him. Okay, so the real reason why I wanted to give it Martinez is because he did his best to make sure that Liverpool win and that Tottenham have a chance to play or have something to play against you know City. So for that reason,
I
my
mean,
shout
he
is
beat
definitely
us.
going to be
He could have
Martinez.
like let in 3-4 goals against
That
us.
was that was Unai Emery, dude.
Yeah,
Like that was Unai Emery. Like you can't do
yeah.
that.
I mean, yeah, sure. Like if it's a shout. Like if no one gets it, then
Yeah.
sure. Like
Yeah.
It's a
No,
shout.
no. I
I just
think
don't
Martinez
think.
has
I
been
just don't
Martinez has
think.
been.
Yeah, he's been good, but I don't think like in the Premier League, Aston Villa has like he's even in the top three of Aston Villa's best players. But that's a
No, I
debate for
think
another.
if you look at the stats, he's saved a lot of XG goals against. Like he saved a lot of shots. He saved a lot of points for them. So it's not that he's not performed, but the point is like I don't think any keeper has been of at Alisson's level. What Alisson has been in the past 2 or 3 seasons. Like even himself, Alisson himself hasn't been on that level. So I think the bar of keeping standards have come down a little bit in the Premier League, in my opinion. Uh, like this club Sheffield let in like most number of goals, so it just says for itself like the overall quality of defense and goalkeeping. But having said defenders, sorry, Hamsi, you have something?
No, no. I was reading this like weird stat, goals prevented that you brought up, and I want to see who's at the bottom of that list. Take a guess, boys. Who's let in more goals than they should have? It's in the
Oh
negatives.
nah nah, what's my name? Oh
What's my
nah
name?
nah.
So Onana is actually fourth on the list. He saved
Oh
two
wow.
goals more than he should have let in.
Who?
Jose Sa is on top. Emilio Martinez is second. Neto is third. Anana is fourth. Guess
Raya
who's
is
at the
fifth.
bottom?
Raya.
Jordan Pickford is fifth. Jordan Pickford is fifth.
I so
And
we
then
know what
after
the
that,
stat is
it's
about.
like
The stat is about how
Who's
shitty
in?
your team is, how many shots they
Yeah.
concede, and like how many you can save out of that. That's the stat. It's nothing to do with
it's like
goalkeeper.
how many goals have you more let in than you should have, pretty much for the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
That's it.
I mean this
Yeah,
this
so XG basically XG conceded, right?
Yeah,
XG conceded versus XG save.
yeah,
XG actually
minus
happened
yeah,
goal. Yeah.
xG minus xGC.
but
Yeah,
this is
Yeah. But
also
who is at the bottom?
dude,
No, after
Petrovic, bro, he's at minus
Petrovic.
eight point five.
Oh, Chelsea boy.
That's a little crazy. This is below Burnley. That's a little
Yeah.
that's a little concerning.
I
Minus
think
8.5 is a little crazy, right?
yeah. I'm not a big
I
fan
think
of
he also has a shit.
this stat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think most
But
of the stats these days are just that to build up a narrative that supports yours. That's it.
yeah, could
I
be.
mean, for goalkeeper now, we should be testing a lot of other things. We should be testing passing accuracy. We should be testing positional play. We should be testing how many set pieces they come out and grab. So many other things. We should like combine all of this
Yeah.
and get the bro.
Yeah.
Vamsi, talk to Deloitte, bro. We need this stat. Ex goalkeeper,
I know
ex
the.
goalkeeping,
I think it's there on FBref, by the way. I'm looking
probably,
at it. You
probably.
can do all these like
Yeah.
minuses and like all this stuff on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, FBref. I think I had a so there's this website called StatHead, unnecessary plugin, not getting paid by it, but they take FBref data and they basically organize it in like really nice ways, so you can actually derive a lot of conclusions from a lot of the data points that they have. Worth trying. Uh,
Stathead.
StatHead, yeah,
Nice. Yeah, I use
uh,
Data MB. Pretty good,
yeah,
like visual.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, next category.
Sponsor us,
Uh,
boys, if you're seeing this.
yeah.
Stathead and Data MB.
We'll reach out to them.
Yeah.
Next category, and why is the answer to that category is William Saliba. Uh,
Best
you
defender in
know,
the league.
best defender in the league.
Mickey Van de Ven, joking. Uh,
That's not even funny. Like no, if you had said Romero, I would have laughed.
no, both of them are good players. Uh, so hard not to give this to Saliba. Uh, Gabriel for me.
You're literally acting like Lee Dixon here. Like
No,
not even complimenting people who are good.
no. Saliba is Saliba, but Gabriel is like this season he's been. Last season, if you would have told me Saliba probably a gear above Gabriel, but Gabriel this season has been superb, dude. Like scoring goals, clearing chances, set piece player. He's been crazy. He's been like the ultimate defender, garden wall defender, is what we call him. So for me, like Gabriel
Yeah,
is gonna be. If I have to give that award to someone, he deserves that recognition.
yeah. Vamsi,
So does this include like right backs, left backs, or
everything, everything
Ooh, you didn't
across
say
the board.
that.
yeah? So That's the answer for
Do you
you.
think there's a better full? I think the fullback quality in the league has gone down drastically. I mean, I don't think even if I'm creating a team of the season, I don't think I'm putting more than one or two. I just don't have more than two fullbacks, left back, right back either.
Dude,
You
Right.
think so?
I wanna shout out like a really young right back, Malo Gusto, somebody that I wanted
Sure,
United to
had a great
sign.
season.
Yeah,
Yeah, 19 years old, fucking. Dude, I love watching him. I think
yeah.
Reece James is done so. I think it's Malo Gusto time.
Dude,
Uh,
that's the best part about Chelsea. You know, Reece James is their captain, so he will play. So they will destroy another talent, like another groundbreaking talent. They'll just destroy him.
Yeah,
Love that club.
we didn't sign Malo Gusto because we had Dalo. But it Malo Gusto was a steal, bro. And just 19 years of age, really good at crossing, very good at take-ons. Yeah, just a really good player to. I really liked watching him this season in the Premier League. Like you said, right, the quality has gone down. And for me, I was shocked that this guy's a teenager. He's literally a fucking teenager. So
He was at loan, like they bought him last season, and then he went on loan to Lyon, right?
Leon,
If
yeah,
I'm
he
not,
finished
yeah,
up at Leon and he played this season full.
yeah.
And
Okay, so
really good for me. I mean, that's because Saliba is like the regular
yeah,
shout, of course.
fair.
For a right back, I think you should pick a left back, AJ, if in your shout. And
I I think that's the one position where no team has any player. I mean, I would say Udogi, but that's because he's the only one that comes to mind. I don't think he's been. I don't. I think he's been learning. I would say he's not bad. He's not been bad, but he hasn't been like great or like in my team of the season. Like absolutely not. I think he's been good. He's been the best left back, but that doesn't say a lot about anything. You know what I mean? Because left
yeah,
backs have been all over the place throughout the league. I would rather put Guardiola, right? Guardiola has
oh,
been like a pretty decent one, scoring goals, pretty much defending. They have the second best defensive record. So, but yeah, I would still not pick any one of them. For me, it's William Saliba. I think we are kind of discounting his abilities just because the way he is. It's like not giving it to Van Dijk because Van Dijk is Van Dijk. So I
yeah.
think it's criminal to discount his abilities like that. And for me, it has to be William Saliba. Although I feel like a lot of people don't recognize Gabriel, and that is because in Arsenal's centre back partnership, right? Gabriel is the aggressor. He will always man mark people, and he will get beat 1 out of 10 times. He will be, he will lose a duel, and because of those reasons, people think that he was making mistakes and whatnot stuff. But because we have William Saliba at the back to clear all the dirty, dealings, it looks like Gabriel is the lesser of the two, and I feel like they both need each other. Like if you take Gabriel out of that team right now and put anybody in, I think our team would struggle as much as if you take William Saliba out. So I think both of them best centre back pairing in a long while.
Dude, Arteta's figured it out. Leave the Brazilian dude to be the aggressor and leave the
Yeah,
French guy to do the elegant shit at the back.
yeah.
Talk about like profiling.
Hmm.
has,
Okay,
has nothing to say with Anthony, just saying.
dude, do you look at Anthony on the touchline? those
Probably
those memes are
next year's
priceless.
defender of the year.
Left back.
Mhm.
Left back. He's already the fidget spinner, so why not make him a defender? Sure.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, next category. Midfielder. Best midfielder. Nirav.
Um,
Techie.
no, I'm actually gonna give it to Rodri. Uh, he's just the class of. He's the only player I think who can be called absolutely and utterly world class on any single given day there is. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne is right there, but KDB has injury issues and everything. Rodri is the fulcrum of Man City's last 3-4 years. He's the glue that sticks them together. So and he also has this ridiculous unbeaten run which is still going on. I mean, unless you don't want to consider that Real Madrid thing, like because it was a draw after all. So Rodri for me has been the best player in the league for the last 2 years, and he's the best midfielder in the Premier League right now. Declan Rice still needs to go levels right now to reach at Lord Rodri's level because Rodri is a pure six who can do everything that a number six can do. Declan Rice is changing his position a little bit, he's been the most improved player, I think, in the league. But Rodri right now is the best.
Vamsi, agree?
I mean, yeah, I don't think picking Rodri is. I don't know how the Ballon d'Or people don't pick Rodri, but somehow everybody with common sense we keep picking Rodri. Fully agree. I mean, Rodri is on another level. But I want to shout out another player, Douglas Luiz, this season. Dude, I've really enjoyed watching him this season. Just come up with really, really important goals. I think he's had his best goal scoring season this year. Very important for Aston Villa, right next to either Tielemans or like whoever fucking plays, Douglas Luiz is playing, and just such he's such a good watch because he has that Brazilian instinct. I don't know if you've seen that ball, that one of the assists that he's done this year, like the ball like just goes around the whole field and finds the player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah,
Odegaard-esque pass. What
yeah,
Odegaard did against Brighton, something similar.
yeah, like
Probably
on
better.
that's like KDB levels, like fully
Yeah.
like that kind of ball, and yeah, he's been so good, man, for Villa. And if you're picking like, I know going best midfielder is a little too much, but he was the most improved one. That he was a mainstay in my FPL team too, and I've never picked like a CDM who just stayed in my team ever. So
Yeah.
he's, I'd give it to Douglas Luiz just because Arsenal have done really well, and I'm sure even Arsenal wanted to buy him for like 60, 70 million at some point.
Yeah. I think it
So
was
he's
last
a
to last window when we
Last to
did.
last. Yeah, we
And I
did.
think I agree. Yeah. For me it's Rodri. I think it's
Hmm.
hands down, and I genuinely wish that all of these awards are just not vanity like things for vanity purposes, because it just doesn't make any sense that Rodri is not recognized for for his importance in the team. So yeah, big shout out to Rodri. Okay, next one.
Shout out, bro.
Best.
Lose tomorrow.
Do us a favor, Rodri. We are with you. Let's go. Okay, next one. Attacker. Who's the best attacker? And this can be wide forwards or forward, like central attacker. Just that line.
The
Can you just
best
like skip
attacker.
Erling
I mean,
Haaland
this
or we
is
have to
the
honor?
best attacker, as in the most. I mean, this season, like absolute best attacker, or someone who's been really good for that team. Like, how do you want to?
However you interpret that. It can be Cole Palmer because he's been in that position. It can be Ollie Watkins because I think he has had the most GA, or the second most GA. It can be Haaland because Haaland is Haaland. However you want to interpret it. Just justify.
Vamsi, you want to
Best
go first?
attacker.
It can be Saka too. I mean, for his attacking and defensive input that's often overlooked. So it can be anybody.
Dude, I'm gonna pick Ollie Watkins because you guys can pick something else. Like, yeah, Ollie Watkins, man, this season he's just hit different levels, bro. This season, he's on the level of like I think 32 XG plus XA this year, and that's just like fucking ridiculous. What kind of shit is that? Same level as Erling Haaland and Cole Palmer. Uh, yeah, that's just ridiculous. Yeah, what is 32 fucking goal inclusions, bro? Like, where the fuck did he come from? I mean, I
Yeah.
know he's really good and he's hitting like levels at 28, and being on the same level as Haaland just says a lot about like how far he's come. So for me, it's Ollie Watkins. First time in this debate, we've not included Salah, who's not too far off. And I
Yeah.
thought he had a shitty season. Then I saw his goals and assists, and then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Dude, Salah would have been at. I trust me, Salah would have been at 40 GA if it was not for the other finishing woes that
Oh,
Liverpool have.
Mr.
Yeah,
Nunez.
yeah, Nunes, and dude, even Diaz is also very wasteful.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, Salah was in his creator arc this year, like fully, and these boys just. I think that's why he probably fell out with Klopp. Could
yeah.
be.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing with your talent ID, bro? Like, why are you bringing all these idiots?
Yeah, Ollie Watkins, English boy. I hope United sign him. Another small shout out I want to give out to is like Dominic Solanke. Dare I fucking say this name? But yeah,
I think he's
he's
my
been so
most
good to watch
improved
too.
player of the season. From last
Yeah,
year to this year, if you have to give someone the most improved player, it's probably gonna be Dominic Solanke because of the fact that like Bournemouth started playing well, and he's also been really good in that team. Scored a lot of important goals. FPL people know a lot about this FPL boys
Solanke
know
situation.
everything
Yeah.
about Solanke and how Solanke has been like there for them. But yeah, most improved player of the season, Solanke. But I still wouldn't give him the best attacker. I mean, whatever you say, the earth is gonna keep going around. Water is gonna be blue. Sky is gonna be blue. You know, Erling Haaland is gonna be the
Already
top
wrote down your
scorer.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Erling Haaland is going to be the top scorer of the Premier League, regardless of whatever happens. 27 goals, like just gone above everything else. Like it's, I know he plays for the best team, he plays for the machine, but that's, I mean, you can't give anyone the best attacker when they're putting in these kind of numbers. When you have like 28 XG, 27 goals scored, like XG and goals scored together combination is just nuts. And twice he's gonna be winning the Player of the Year. Sorry, the top goal scorer. Last year he scored 30. I'm not sure. I'm saying how many did he score last year?
40.
38,
He broke
40.
40,
Yeah,
right?
almost 40. Yeah.
He most
Premier
scores
League
40,
Premier
right?
League purely was 38 or 40. 40. Premier League वो
Oh, no,
pause
he
for
went past
36 last year. He scored 36 last year.
36? Okay.
36, yeah. Premier League 36.
Yeah.
This year 28. I'm guessing 27, 28. So that's 55 goals in 2 seasons. That is like ridiculous, and possibly two Premier Leagues as well. So yeah, best attacker is Erling
Yeah,
Haaland.
let's
That's
not.
not.
Yeah, let's just forget that he won a treble in his first season. Also.
Mhm. Possibly a double in his next one. So
Yeah, I don't
very likely.
Yeah.
U- United will stop them
Mhm.
from winning a trophy because
Because
we are going to
we
stop them winning the main
Dude,
one.
you know, honestly, why I'm not like mad. They did beat us to win the treble. It's not like we didn't have a chance to like stop
Yeah.
it at all. Like,
they
we
beat
had the
everyone
chance
to
at
win
Wembley.
everything. They deserve every single thing. But unfortunately for them, there'll be question marks on everything, which no one can stop. But they deserve everything, like for sure.
Pure footballing ability
Yeah, because you know the
on
game
the
is still won
season.
on the pitch. Yeah,
Yeah, they definitely do. But whatever has happened in the past definitely has, ripple effects on the future. And if it proves to be true, then, we'll see what happens. Uh, okay.
any buyers for Isak? 20 goals this season. One more than Ollie Watkins.
Has been
Two
injury
less
prone,
than
so I
the
don't know.
second is.
Injury prone boys, I'm not very fond of. But he's one of my
Yeah.
favorite players. But I still wouldn't give him the best attacker. I mean, he can win in a lot of different categories. Like Dominic Solanke wins in the most improved category for me. Isak probably wins in the most, I don't know, hipster's choice category or something.
Yeah.
Aesthetically pleasing
Aesthetically
attacker, I would
pleasing
say.
So good to
attacker.
watch though.
Henry-esque.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
It reminds you of the old school football where skills and like dribbling and all of those things were a part of central striker's repertoire.
Yeah,
Uh,
finesse and flair.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
both of those.
yeah.
Yeah, he's really good that way.
Okay, let's go to the two bigger player awards. Rookie of the Year. And by rookie I mean like it has to be a breakout season. It can't be Foden, it can't be Saka because although they are recognized as under 23 best players or young players, but that's so stupid that four young players are also player of the season.
I'm gonna
So yeah,
take this first.
not that, but like breakout season. Go ahead, all on you.
Kobe Menu for me. Because breaking out at a dysfunctional team like United at this point of time. A lot of players have done that. Rashford's done that. Garnacho's done that. But Kobe Manu was just, coming in and like just going to the England squad so quickly just because of the position he plays in, the talent that he has in that position, and the potential that every single player manager can see in him. United season could have looked quite different if he wouldn't have gotten injured. And he got injured right in front of my eyes when I was watching Arsenal versus United preseason game.
Yeah.
But amazing player, just like the qualities that he has will suit the England squad and United squad well for a lot of years. And most importantly, he's in the Saka mold of players who look humble, who feel like they're gonna work hard and actually not get lost in the biz, and keep a head above the thing and actually go on and become really good players. So for me, rookie of the season has to be Kobe Manu.
Yeah,
Vamsi?
I think
Vamsi,
Wesley.
agreed.
Yeah, I don't think I'll pick anybody else. He's been really good to watch, bro. For me, what is priceless about this rookie of the season was just Klopp's reaction in that game when he did that fucking 1-2 that and just like went inside that flick and then like go in and then Klopp is just watching Sobersly and McAllister and like all these boys that we bought in just like standing there. Some 18-year-old kid is just like doing this shit over there. Yeah,
Running circles around them, yeah.
yeah, and just that reaction I think tells you the talent he has, and yeah, like Nirav said, probably has a head above his body, like keeps calm, and I'm hoping like we can build around Kobe, because Ericsson's fucking dead. I'm so sorry. Like,
Bro, there are so many people who are dead and buried in your team. Like you need
yeah,
so
Yeah.
many of them.
kudos to him for looking like fucking Ragnar or some shit, like with his daddy and all, but he's
Yeah.
he's gotta go, bro. Like retire in Denmark, buddy. Go to like Copenhagen or some shit. But yeah, apparently he was pissed that Kobe Mano was playing this whole season. He's like, oh, how can you start this rookie over like with like my experience and shit.
Bro, he's still dead, bro. He didn't come back from whatever happened on the pitch in Euros or in
Yeah,
World Cup, whenever that was.
I
His
feel
brain
yeah.
is still not functioning. But I think for me, it's apart from Cole Palmer, who definitely had like one of the seasons. He's probably like one of the bigger shout for player of the seasons. But I think for me, it's Jared Branthwaite from Everton. Like superstar English defender, probably the next John Stones. Hopefully, City don't snag him. Hopefully, United don't snag him. Hopefully, he stays at Everton and comes to Arsenal sometime in the future. But yeah, I think for me, he's been an outstanding player, cornerstone of their defense. And if you take away the deducted points they have, they're basically 10th or 11th in the league, and probably would have gone on to do much better because of the incentive of going up the league. Like once you're 10th, you want to perform better because you see the European spots. So I think he'll be key to them next season if he stays or wherever he goes next. I think he'll be a superstar. So for me, Jared Brentwaite.
Good shout, bro. Really good shout.
You
Like
know,
good shout. Surprised
another.
that we didn't pick one thing. Surprised that we didn't pick any Liverpool boys. I know, and he started. He started a lot of boys. Like Kelleher played a lot this season.
I
Kwanzaa
was just
played a
gonna
lot
say
this
that
season.
uh, like a shout is Conor Bradley, because when he came in,
Hmm.
he had like really good performances, and to replace TA and not feel an inch of replacing TA is actually a really big deal. There were some games where Liverpool fans actually wanted to continue starting Conor Bradley and not get TA back in. So that's a testament to how good starting season that he had.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed. I think Liverpool, a lot of these categories, Liverpool players missed out just because of the way it ended for them. If it had gone a little bit longer, a lot of these categories would have gone on to, like, some of the Liverpool players. Like, for example, VVD. We didn't even shout out to him for the
No,
best
dude,
defender,
the thing
but I
is
think
that
he
VVD
had like a
can
He was
really
so
good
VVD
good.
is
season.
someone, so we can say that Endo is the bargain of the season because of the performances he had. VVD is a player who's
Yeah,
had insane performances already. He set that bar so high that this season when he was doing good, we all felt like he's come back to almost his best.
yeah,
But the way it ended, it just wasn't there. And when you look at numbers, you just can't beat Saliba and Gabriel on anything. Like any
agreed.
defensive
Yeah.
action, clean sheets, XA conceded, anything, bro. Anything, Saliba and Gabriel are above everyone else. So that's why VVD for me doesn't have a shot. If you're including VVD in the team of the season, that's just because you want more representation. If you're being real here, Saliba and Gabriel are the centre back pairing for the team of the season. Rodri can go above. Rodri can has to be ahead of them, and then you can have Rice or whoever. I don't even mind giving up Odegaard. I don't mind giving up Rice as well. But Saliba and Gabriel, you can't give up. They will if you have a team with
Yeah.
both of them as centre backs, you guaranteed like amazing defensive performances.
Funny that none of them are starters for their. I mean, Gabriel is now, but like none of them are starters for their national teams, which is like mind-boggling of
I mean,
how
they'll come around.
different national
National
teams are.
teams work
They'll come
Nah,
around,
differently.
yeah.
Like
nah, bro. Saliba
internationally,
Yeah.
starting at the Euros.
dude, you think about it this way. Pickford is a starter for England. So I mean,
Yeah.
there are so many. I would say any like I can name five better England keepers than Pickford. and it's not even funny. But it's all about in
Yeah, no, I
national
agree.
tournaments about experience, right? So that's why they start Konate. That's why they start Varane because of this. But eventually, there is no doubt in my mind that both of them are gonna be like important players in their national teams, for sure, 100%,
Yeah,
both of them.
and hopefully it starts this summer
Dude,
because I would
Copa
love some Arsenal players
America.
to get some
I'm sure
experience.
Bremer and Gabriel are going to start Copa America. It's going to happen in the US. Hopefully, we get to see one of those good games, like a
Yeah,
Brazil Argentina
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
the pairing,
But
right?
this is going to
Yeah.
happen. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Bremer and yeah,
Okay,
Gabriel.
two more quick ones. First one is the best manager. Who is the best manager in the league? Nero.
Um, my biasness radar is like flipping
Sky
right
is
now.
blue,
Yeah.
water
No,
is
no, 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 no,
blue.
no, no, no. I mean, honestly, like just
Nah,
like
bro.
you can say Arteta, you can say Pep, but you can't discount Unai Emery. So, like, has to be Unai Emery for me, just purely because of the fact that like there were teams who dropped off this season, and he took great advantage of that with a team who's not supposed to be playing Champions League. Aston Villa are not supposed to be playing Champions League, but Chelsea, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, United, they are. So just purely because of that achievement, the games that he's had, if I have to go for like the shock performance of the season, it's going to be Aston Villa versus City. They absolutely demolished them. I think I spoke on the podcast saying that I've never seen City dismantled like that ever. Even Arsenal couldn't do that. No team has like rattled City like the way Unai Emery Aston Villa did. It could have been 5-0 to Aston Villa on that day. Um, so yeah, just because of that, how he assembled that squad, he took them so deep into the Conference League. Could have won the Conference League because top four was done by them. Got unlucky, obviously in the first leg, but amazing achievement. And he has to be the manager of the season. He like no one comes close.
This is Neerav's favorite manager he has a photo with.
It's all because of the photo boys. Yeah.
Nah, dude, nah,
Everything.
honestly,
I mean,
Nah,
I
I
agree,
you know
agree.
but
it.
dude, if Leon Bailey is
I agree. I
cooking
agree.
jerk chicken against City, bro,
Yeah,
then it has
dude,
to be
he's gotten some absolute rose players like performing to levels that I couldn't even think of. Like, think about it, man. Like,
yeah.
some players have just gone up a different level, and that's what coaching is, right? Like, you get players to another level.
Yeah.
He's gotten Ollie Watkins to a different level. Douglas Lewis playing another level. Um, Leon Bailey is just like from where he's come
Who
on, and
like
he's
yeah? What is
yeah,
happening?
yeah, and
The
he's
funny
playing
thing
some
is
another
he's
level.
managed to put in Bailey and this guy, the other guy, right? They both got what
Diaby,
is Diaby in the
Diaby.
same team. Like they basically play the same
And
position,
Diaby
dude,
was
but
the
they are
guy who was
Diaby
supposed to
and
be the star, but it's Bailey.
yeah,
That's how
yeah.
it
dude,
transpired, right?
Diaby and Bailey and Harvards were the front three of Eintracht.
Leverkusen,
Leverkusen side.
Of a Leverkusen. Yeah,
yeah.
front three.
Never lose inside.
Never lose inside.
Yep.
But
So did he did play three lefties like
Yeah,
in that kind of way, and yeah, Bailey and Diaby are such a good duo. Like they know exact. They can play left wing, right wing, both. Anything and play anyone.
yeah.
And even Watkins can play as a wide forward, like a right winger. So bro, he has this like trident that are like super interchangeable, and he's great at coaching, man. They're still the top team to have the most offsides conceded,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Dude, their defense, their center backs, Diago Carlos and
Pau
this guy,
Torres.
Pau
Torres.
Torres. How, why on earth Pau Torres would go to Aston Villa? When he went, I thought that. But then now I know
So
why he
good though,
would. He
so
was gonna
good,
get some
so
Champions
good.
Yeah,
League, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like
And now you
Emery
know
connection.
now Aston Villa, dude, as a football club is a legendary football club in English Premier
Yeah.
League. They've had a European Cup. They've had success previously. They are supported by the king, the Prince of England now, and like there's some sort of royalty element behind them. They have famous supporters, so they are in prime to be in a position where they can go on and like become one of the top six teams. And their ownership is really good. They're probably one of the best American ownerships of sports. They've had a 5-year plan that I was hearing this Villa podcast where they talked about a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And by the end of the fifth year, and this is when Dean Smith was there. By the end of the fifth year, they envisioned Aston Villa to be in the to be in the Champions League, and this is the fifth year. So that kind of like planning is amazing. And if you have to give two more managers a shout out for the manager of the year, I would say Ange Postecoglou, just because he goes into the shit show called Tottenham Hotspurs. He teaches them a lesson of how to be a winning team. He completely 360s the style of play. Finishes fifth, could have finished fourth, but finishes fifth nonetheless. Not bad at all. And I think the future is really bright for them. He's overall the team completely. And I just feel like I hope he doesn't stay in Spurs, honestly, because he has a really good future ahead of him. And the other one has to be Mikel Arteta, because dude, the defensive improvement, the signings, each one of Arsenal signing is a hit, barring Julian Timber, who didn't even step on the pitch and who we know is a baller player. So Havertz completely justified. Everyone hated him for that. Raya completely justified. Everyone hated him for that. Declan Rice, everyone thought that like way too overpriced. Completely justified beyond another level. Defensively, the improvements made by Arsenal are another level. And this is the team which has won more games than the Invincibles. So offensively, again, like improvements everywhere in the team. Mentality wise, haven't bottled it during the tough phases. Won all the games, and yeah, so he's right up there.
I think another shout for me is Ireola for Bournemouth. I think they
Yeah,
were,
yeah,
for me, they were dead on. And Sean Dykes. I mean, I think they did pretty well, both of them. But Mamsi, go ahead.
No, I want to shout out Oliver Glasner, bro,
yeah.
signing
Galsner
at
for sure.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
What a
like
fucking coach, man.
yeah, like couple months, right? 3-4 months, half a season. So you can't say that. There are so many good managers in the Premier League now, but for me, Unai Emery.
but only
Yeah.
one Baldy prevails.
I think I'm good with Unai Emery. It has to be, bro.
Let's just
The
give it to
good,
Pep and get over
good
with
evening
it, bro.
has arrived.
Give it to Pep and give it. But think about it. We're not talking about a certain guy who's gonna win his fourth Premier League in a row. He's gonna win the seventh Premier League and eighth Premier. I don't even know. I've forgotten the count now. He's
Yeah, dude,
Bayern
like, doesn't
Munich the
matter.
shit
Top
out of the
doesn't
They've
matter.
season.
been winning.
Huh?
Yeah. 17th they've been winning.
17th
17
they've been
seasons.
winning, and they've just lost one season. One season from
Finished second.
2017.
Yeah.
Remember when we were kids?
Let's move on, boys.
Bro,
I think we've had enough
I
of this
finished my
topic.
undergrad.
Okay. Go ahead.
This
Say
shit.
Go ahead. Bro.
No. I was just kidding. Go ahead. Mamsi completed
No,
it. I just don't feel good about listening about all these things.
Bro, I opened their footmob ka thingy, and there's this chart that shows you the league position.
no.
And it's
Yeah.
been flat since like 2017. And I'm like, bro, are we the real are we truly in a farmers league? 7 years of
100%, bro. 100. We are of. The Goldbit says one thing, right? You can predict who won the league. You can predict who would go down. You could predict the Champions League spots except for Aston Villa. So we are like bang in the farmers league. There's nothing more farmers about this than Premier League.
Pep Guardiola
Yeah.
and cheeky Buggins have engineered the fuck out of football, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, let's conclude this. This was our traditional awards. Now we're gonna do rapid fire. If you have something to say about this stuff, obviously say it, but you can keep it short. Your answer short as well.
Alright.
Okay.
Awesome.
And these are like fun awards.
Yeah.
Doesn't have. It can be as tribal as possible. Okay. Favorite game. What was your favorite game of the season? Here you go.
Chelsea 4, Man City 4.
There you
Cole
go.
Palmer.
Wow, what a game. Yeah.
Cole
The
Palmer's
Cole
final
Palmer
goal
game.
penalty was just amazing.
Yeah. Vamsi?
Yeah, I think that has to be. Dude, fuck you, bro. Yeah, that has to be one of the best games.
Yeah.
it's
I think
intense.
Change it. Give
Agreed.
another one. Think of anyone. Second best.
Ooh, second best game.
for me, it's Chelsea versus Tottenham, where Tottenham completely could have been exposed,
4-1.
blown away when they went down to
What a
9 men.
game.
When they go to 9 men, yeah, that was a game. That was a unique game. I don't think I like it for the quality of football, but I like it for the guts and the passion and just the way it played out.
Are you talking about that half-lane defending shit?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that has to be. Yeah, that has to to be up there.
That was a nice game.
Yeah, yeah. I think I can't
Those
give
two.
Tottenham has won the most entertaining game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
and
I just say
a good shout for me personal, Arsenal for Luton Town 3, just personal,
Oh
because
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
just that was too good. All right, let's go
there
next
was
Yeah.
a
game.
That's
Liverpool Luton game also.
yeah.
That was like that.
Let's
Luton and
because we're on
Tottenham.
Luton. Yeah. Because we're on Luton, let's do this one. Best last minute winner.
Ooh.
Declan Rice versus Luton, because
Because
I already said that. Yeah. So Declan
yeah,
Rice versus
for me
Luton,
it's
best last minute winner. Declan Rice versus Man United, last minute winner.
that was mine. That was mine. It stole my show.
Fucker. Yeah, just Declan Rice has just like last minute show waiting for us. Dude, mine
Uh,
has to be Calvert-Lewin scoring, bro, against Liverpool. Sorry.
Pool.
Okay, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was last minute,
Yeah,
right?
just everybody standing and
That was last minute.
it was Arsenal. Yeah, it was it last minute or it was like 60th minute or something. But
Hey,
No, it
dude,
was.
you're,
Yeah, it was not
see,
last minute.
you're hearing the question still.
that was the last thing that happened in the game. After that, Sean has played dashboard.
The game was dead. Game was over.
Over after that. Yeah.
Okay. Best celebration of the season.
Best celebration of the season is going to be Kai Havertz
Chelsea against Chelsea, right?
against Chelsea. I'm so sorry, but that was just poetic beyond another level. Like, I just loved it. Everything about that was like,
Yeah.
Yeah. For me,
shout out to
my
Cole
boys
Palmer.
gave me one.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah, United boys gave me like a really nice moment. Kobe Manu, Garnacho, and Hoyland just all three sitting on that.
Iconic.
On that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just that is the only good moment I can remember from this fucking season. So,
Yeah. I literally had the same one written down, but I wanted you to say because I knew you would say it, so I was like, okay, say it. You bask in your moment of glory there. Okay.
this was Hoyland on his purple patch in between.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But you know what? If these three guys go on to become something, that moment would be priceless. You know, football is a game of moments, and that moment would be absolutely priceless. It'll go on so many United fans' walls that you can't even believe. So, absolutely loved it. Loved
Dude,
such
I know
celebrations.
this is like not in the Premier League, but I really loved Ahmad. Like the last minute goals that you
Oof.
asked, it was just Ahmad's goal.
Too
against
good.
Liverpool,
Yeah.
and
Too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last
and
minute
then
goal was
sent
like
off for it.
nuts.
Has to go best celebration and best last minute winner.
Last
It's like a
minute
Yeah.
United fan.
Dude, talking about last minute goals, Scott McTominay versus Brentford, if you remember, 97th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was.
He scored two, right? He scored two in the extra
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So the whole combination
Yeah.
of everything was crazy. Even Kulusevski versus
Yeah.
Sheffield, but I'm not gonna take Tottenham. Tottenham had to win that game, but that last minute
Yeah.
goal against Sheffield was good. They were winning 1-0 and they won 2-1. All right, next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Against all odds award. Like who team player was like against all odds they performed.
You know, I have a controversial one for this, bro. I thought Nottingham Forest were gonna fucking go down this season, and I thought Luton were gonna stay up. Fucking escape, bro. Skin off. I feel like even the referees were like hell bent on
Sending Nottingham down.
Nottingham was like, add, bro. You need.
Yeah.
Dude, they gave them a points reduction. They fucked them up with VAR, but they're still here, bro. They're 3
Yeah.
points clear of Luton, and they
Yeah.
managed to survive.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
For
be-
me, it's-
they're on minus 19 goal difference, so it'll say.
Yeah. For me it's painful to say this, but for me it's Chelsea. I mean, the way the season they ended, maybe because other teams are on the beach or whatever it is, they are sixth. I did not imagine in my wildest dreams that they will have a slight chance of qualifying for fifth for the Europa League spot, like a confirmed Europa League spot in the last game week. I couldn't have even thought of it. And given the injuries that they've had, the turmoil, the number of players, everything that's going on with that club, I think it's a big step for just the player development. And I think I was dead sure that they're not going to go anywhere in the next 3 years. But I think because of this Europa League, they might just do something. It might just accelerate their process.
Nirav, Chelsea are the most summer series Premier League team I have ever fucking
Yeah.
seen, bro. They only play when the summers are around.
American. Go Blues.
Yeah.
Go
Uh,
Blues.
Bro,
Nirav.
there was a small sidetrack. There was this weird interview of Todd Bowley speaking to somebody, and apparently he went and spoke to Koulibaly. Like, what's the biggest difference between
yeah, I saw that.
playing in Serie A and this?
Yeah.
And Koulibaly goes, bro, I can think and run in Serie A. Here, I have to think and run at the same time. So that's the difference, and I'm getting used to it. And Todd Bowley is like, yeah, like this
And
is
what in Saudi you have to pray and run.
yeah.
um, Sky Sports in September of 2023, the agents come together to find out which is the worst transfer deal of the summer. Number one, rank one, Kai Havertz to Arsenal by a mile. Worst transfer deal of the summer. Kai Havertz ends scoring 8 Premier League goals in 2024, the best and the most clutch player in the Premier League during the run-in, and just solving all of Arsenal's striker crisis. So for me, out of all odds, there is no one else but Kai Havertz, because every single fan base, every single media outlet, every single person said this is the stupidest transfer ever. 60 million, he's not even worth 10 million, and right now we're thinking of 60 million as a bargain. So, like, out of all odds, Kai Havertz just top, absolute top.
And what do they sing, Nirav?
60 million down the drain.
Kai Havertz scores again.
Yeah. And probably going to be starting for Germany this year. 100% going to be
Yeah.
starting for Germany this year. At home in the Euros, just a top player. This is a star boy, 24-year-old German striker who we've got for 60 fucking million. It's unbelievable.
I'm sorry, but I think Fulkrug is starting. Like,
Fulkrug,
sure. I mean,
are you
Nahi,
joking?
nahi, bro.
Are you kidding
Nahi,
me?
nah,
bro.
bro. CL
Please,
finals,
bro.
play, bro.
Bro, you
Nahi,
know who
bro,
the
nahi.
manager of you know who the manager of Germany is, right?
Nagelsmann.
Fulkrug is not starting. It's not Sean Dyche managing Germany.
Yeah.
Fulkrug is never. If Fulkrug starts, I will give you $100. Any game he starts, I'll give you
Dude,
$100.
dude,
This guy has.
you don't have enough money, bro. You've bet too much and you've lost too much. Don't do this to yourself.
Dude, I got my $100 back because Arsenal beat United.
Oh, yeah. Now you're even.
I got
yeah,
my
let's
100. We're
go.
zero now. I got my
Net
$100.
neutral right now.
Yeah.
Harshad, if you're listening, you still owe me $20, bro.
Put a disclaimer: kids don't gamble or something.
Yeah.
Or you can sponsor us and then we'll promote gambling. Okay, next award. This one is a nice one. Glue award, like who's been the glue to their team in a faltering season, in a great season, mediocre season, but like this player has been there.
I mean,
Can I go?
mediocre
Yeah.
season, or it can be a good season and good team who's been the glue also.
No, like it can be anything. It can be like if that player wasn't there, this team would have just gone drastically down from there, wherever they are.
Dude, for me, it's Bruno Fernandes. We would have finished in the bottom half this season, straight up, without his 11 goals. He's the top scorer right now for United. Highest assist giver, most chances. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're tied on points, 57 points with like Newcastle, has a lot to do with nothing to be proud of at all.
Yeah.
But it's not crazy that we've lost points when he was like not on his best, and it says a lot. Like without him being captain this season, if Harry Maguire stayed captain, bro, imagine where fucking.
Yeah. I still do believe that he's not captain material. I think you still need somebody else. But I see what you're saying, like because it is true. It is true.
Yeah, like he was the glue this season for like
yeah.
a terrible United season.
Nirav?
Yeah. Rodri, 100%.
Rodri?
Without Rodri, you
For-
can see that like they struggled so much. They struggled a lot. They can live without De Bruyne. They can live without Haaland. They can live without Phil Foden. They cannot live without Rodri. It's not possible.
So we know the game week 1 assignment next season. Break Rodri.
Break Rodri.
Okay.
Bro,
For me,
impossible. Have you seen the dude? Have you seen how the fucker is built?
You have to recruit his girlfriend.
for me, yeah, that's what happened with Unai Emery when he was at Arsenal. Somebody recruited 2 of his girlfriend, gave it to him. For me, it's Van Dijk. I think without Van Dijk, Liverpool would have just been United this season. nothing more needs to be said. But yeah. Okay, veteran. Who's been the veteran of this season? There are a few shouts I'll give you. Ashley Young, James Milner, Thiago Silva, Johnny Evans. Those are the four names that come to my mind. There can be anybody else too. But yeah.
El Neni.
Elneny.
Dude, I heard he's leaving, by the way.
Finally. He's been a great servant though.
Yeah. But if if you have to say veteran of the season, which basically means that like they performed also well.
Yeah.
It has to be Thiago Silva, right? Like he's been still good. He's been there. He's been handling a team which is going through turmoil. And Ashley Young is a good shout to also. I really can't choose between the both of them. And James Milner as well. Like all three of them have been really good. I would say actually, how old is Megan?
I would go with Johnny Evans, bro. I would go with Johnny Evans, to be honest. Dude, you remember the first pod we did? And I was like, Johnny Evans was 36-year-old going to a relegated Leicester side. And he played. I mean, he played for United most of the times. He was your best defender. I mean, that doesn't say much, but yeah.
He wasn't. I mean, please.
For me, it's Thiago Silva. Just a class act. I've had the pleasure of seeing him live, shaking hands with him. What a fucking player! Just class, bro. I'm glad he's going to Palmeiras and he's like, fuck this Chelsea shit. Whatever. I'm sure this guy has stood outside the fucking dressing room when they had so many players they can't fit.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cult hero. Who's been the cult hero of Premier League this season?
Oh, for me, it's Scotty, bro. Scotty, yeah. Just like, I think when the team was dead, he's come up with those goals, bro. And he's outlasted so many managers, man. Fucking like Van Gaal ke baad. Even Van Gaal, he was there.
That's a really good shout.
Yeah.
Mourinho, he was there. Fucking Ragnick, he was there. Yeah, Ole, he was there. Now Ten Hag has like trusted him. I like, what's going on? Like, what do all these managers see that fucking none of us could ever like pick him in our team?
Can you explain to me the award a little bit more? Like, how do you?
For me, it was. It's basically like you would love to have that player in your team, but everybody else hates him. That kind of stuff.
Oh, like that.
So he's just like a cult following of people who will die by it and that kind of stuff. So you die by him, but everybody else is basically willing to just stab him in the heart.
I have one now.
Like Diego Costa types.
Yeah, I have one. And he's the
Neil Mope.
Who's dying by Neil Mope, bro? Who are these? Where are these people dying by Neil Mope? I highly doubt anyone's ever dying by Neil Mope.
I know one person who would kill Neil Mope. That's James Maddison, for sure.
Or Gendouzi. I think Gendouzi might
Gendouzi.
Yeah. But for me, it's gonna be Benny Blanco. Because
Benny, yeah.
Yeah, because new cult forming, Arsenal fans have started loving him. Everyone started hating him because of his antics. And yeah, so that's if you want to say cult, that's for my club. That's gonna be Benny Blanco.
Bro, he put his hands in the gloves of Vicario, bro. He literally put.
It wasn't that deep, man. People are like, damn.
Yeah, it wasn't that deep. It was just touched it. He was just like teasing him.
It wasn't that crazy. But that is one. And if for some other team, like if I have to choose for another team, I would probably say Richarlison, because like he's such a like I hate him so much, but I don't know. I like.
Bro, I would also put in Anthony, but the point is like he doesn't do anything. So your hate doesn't materialize only.
Can we sidetrack into another question from this?
Go ahead. You can bring on.
Question is the most hateful player right now, like the most punchable football player right now, and my answer for that is Anthony Gordon, because whenever I see his face, I just want to punch his face, and he's got the most annoying, like I just hate you face in the world. He can win the Ballon d'Or for all I care. I just won't care for it.
For me, it's Anthony. Another Anthony, but like not Gordon.
Anthony's
I just love his expressions.
Dude, most punchable face for me is Cole Palmer, bro. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
I haven't seen
good
it.
shout.
Proper,
Yeah.
proper hate coming out.
Imagine a front three of Cole Palmer, Anthony Gordon, and Anthony
Mope.
with
Oh my God.
with Bruno behind, and Douglas Lewis and like
And
one more annoying guy.
and Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes also is
Yeah,
a
Bruno
pretty
Guimaraes,
nice wind up.
Douglas Lewis. Yeah,
Oh, that'll be
Pickford.
some team. There'll be one for the fantasy. Pickford, yeah.
And Debo in goal, of course.
Oh, yeah, Debo in
Debo
goal,
is
bro.
better.
Pickford is nowhere near
Yeah,
Debo.
Debo in
Debo
goal.
in goal.
Debo is next level wind up merchant.
irritating. Oh my god, so
Yeah.
Dude, have you
annoying.
seen that
Can't stand him.
Conference League? He saved some pen and did that shit again.
Yeah?
This is before they got like fucking
Yeah.
whoopee.
Easy, you go ahead. Mamsi has a habit of just digressing to another level.
Okay, cool. We have four more, okay? Four more quick ones.
Right.
Showstopper award. So basically, somebody who came in, made a lot of sub appearances, wasn't a starter, either made the starting spot their own, or just came in and impacted the
Someone
games
who's
in a way
come
where
into the
like,
squad and just
Yeah.
immovable right now in that sense.
yeah, something like that.
I would say it's a good one.
Okay, I would go because I created the award. I created the award keeping one person in mind and one person only.
Go ahead.
And that was Leandro Trossard. I think,
I was gonna say that.
yeah, because like I think one of the top 3 January signings of all times. He's been there, he's done it. I mean, people rated him, but nobody expected him to be this good, and nobody actually raised an eyebrow when Arsenal signed him from Brighton. Even in Brighton, he was given his flowers, but like he was kind of like undersold in Brighton. And then at Arsenal, he came, he performed really well in 1 year, and then in the last half of the year, he's just been instrumental, crucial with coming up with like all the great goals. He's nonchalant, he can dribble, he doesn't have the speed, but he makes it up with his intelligence. And I think he's been a great signing. And if he win the league this season, I think he probably is the most important player in at least the latter half of it. So Leandro Trossard for me.
Yeah, I was gonna pick Tielemans, fellow Belgian guy.
Yeah.
Injured like a little bit in the start of the season, didn't get enough starts. But dude, when he's playing, right, that Villa team looks really good. Just and I can't believe he went on a fucking free. This is just ridiculous. Didn't start the last season properly, but this season he's in, and I think he looks immovable from that team. Not to mention that really important goal that
Yeah.
was just scored
Yeah.
to confirm top 4.
Okay, next one.
Hey,
Best
I haven't.
best. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
For me,
Right.
immovable probably gonna be maybe Guardiola or Kovacic, because they actually, I would say Kovacic, because of the reason that like when he came in, I thought he was like more of like a stopgap signing, but over the run-in he's been really good, and like he's been there. He's immovable right now from the team, and he's basically filling in sort of like a Gundogan position, but like more defensively than that. And he's a good partner to Rodri. So I think I didn't expect him to be good for City, and he's turned out to be pretty good. And Guardiola as well, but the way he started, I know he's bought for a lot of money, but the way he started, I didn't think that he's gonna be like we're seeing like he's a goal scorer, he's everything. He can do so many things. So yeah, but I don't think there's anyone more perfect than Trossard for this shout. So
Yeah. It was the award was made for him.
yeah,
Like you know
that's
how
sad.
best
Fucker picked
best
that
striker was
answer,
made
and now
for.
we have to.
Okay,
Yeah.
last two best pundit. It can and Premier League pundit. Don't bring in Thierry Henry because
Can I
Thierry
say
Henry is
worse?
the Champions League pundit.
Can't
There
you
is
say
you can say
worst?
there's a worst football take. There's a worst football take award next,
Yeah.
which will cover the worst pundit.
Okay,
But,
the best pundit for me is going to be can I take talks for pundit?
Don't cancel me.
Now you would be cancelled. Before everybody thought that he was saying for some other reasons because everybody's Dross, but now people will cancel you.
Sorry, Nira, fully cut you off.
You guys go first. You made the award, right? AJ, go.
No, Vamsi, you go.
Uh,
Who do you like? Who do you like listening to? Simple. Mark. It can be
I
Mark
love
Goldbridge
listening
too.
to Neville and Carragher, but I don't like them. Like,
Yeah.
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 I mean,
No,
I
but
think
like I think.
Roy Keane is damn stupid. Like he's very tribalistic. Micah Richards doesn't know anything about football. And Jamie Redknapp. Jamie Redknapp for me, like a little bit more
Yeah.
sensible. Little sensible.
Yeah.
He says the right thing sometimes. I like his thought process on things. But he's also sometimes gets a little tribalistic. But for me, Darren Bent from Talksport.
Darren Bent.
Fun
I was
after.
Let's
waiting for an
go.
ad
Let's
like
go.
that.
I think for me it's Jamie Carragher. I think he, except for when Liverpool is involved, I think he
Oh
has.
my
I
god,
don't think he
so
has
such
really
a
nice.
biased pundit, bro. Are you
Nah.
kidding me?
No,
He's
he
so
is. He
biased.
is. He is biased.
When it comes
No,
to
he's
Liverpool,
biased,
he's
but
crazy biased. That's not a pundit. If you're biased, then it's simple. It's over. You're not a pundit. Actually, I have a shout. I
but
think
like,
Daniel Sturridge is a
would you
good
not
pundit.
would you not love a Jamie Carragher Arsenal figure in the like in the punditry era? I would love it. I hate Lee Dixon, bro. Like I absolutely despise that dude. He
I like
overcompensates for
Tyrion.
being an
He's good
Arsenal
enough
fan.
for us. Good
Oh
enough
yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Martin
Tyrion is
Keown.
nice. Tyrion is
Martin
nice.
Keown is fine. He's
Yeah.
very passionate. Uh,
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's one of those. Yeah, he's one of
Martin
those.
Tyler and Arlo Smith.
Arlo Smith. Simon Jordan.
Vamsi, who's your best pundit?
Dude, this is shout out to like USA Robbie Musto, man. I really
Oh.
like their Two Robbies podcast. Like these people, right? They were like great footballers, but
They were
see
nothing.
these, like,
They are
small
nothing.
things.
Rebecca
Yeah,
at the Two Robbies can actually go F themselves,
Don't.
honestly.
Don't.
It's
Don't.
fine.
Don't.
They're amazing.
I don't know about the other boys.
Amazing. For our NBC
I
gig,
like-
they're amazing.
Yeah, Robbie Musto.
Okay, Nirav is an asshole, so I'll just back you up on that one. I think the only difference or the only contribution that they make is that they bring out like a psychological aspect to
Dude,
the game.
I
And
honestly
that is
listen
good.
to them instead of taking melatonin because it puts me to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not raunchy, like which is fine.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I
think
It's not
it's
analytical.
raunchy.
It's not strategic. It's just like they bring out like a
The
psychological.
player perspective.
Yeah. So it's
Like-
fine. It's
Like
sometimes
Tim
it's nice
Howard
to-
just
yeah.
comes to say the most obvious things. So what you're thinking, I will say.
Yeah.
You're thinking that? I'll say that. Here's the obvious.
Dude, they repeat the
Michael
commentators.
Owen.
Like, this.
Yeah.
Like Graham Lassor and these guy will analyze the game and they'll just repeat it in the halftime thing. I'm like, what the fuck? Do something of your own. Okay,
Exactly.
this brings us to worst football take of the season. Absolutely the worst Dross football take of the season. And you can include the
I
pundit.
don't know what it is, but it's definitely Graham Souness.
No, it's I will repeat what you said. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely Gary Neville. At the
Oh
start
my
of the
god, I thought
season.
you would say Rio. I thought you would say Rio Ferdinand.
Dude, no, I don't consider Rio to be a pundit, so let's just like. I
Yeah,
don't consider it.
that's
He's
fair.
a fan.
He's a
he
podcaster
has a
like-
podcast, so
Yeah.
He's not a pundit. Like I don't want to name every legend. Then we have to include Patrick Evra also in the Patrice Evra also in the thing.
Patrice Evra is cool, bro. Patrice Evra is.
He's
What
dumb.
was his catchphrase? No, what was his
I
catchphrase?
love this
I
guy.
love this game. Dude, he's coming to India, he's making chai and shit, and he's saying, I love this game.
Good for him. Yeah.
Okay, the worst
Good for
take
him.
that a pundit has had this season is basically in the start. Every time it happens at the start of the season, when Gary Neville predicted Man United to challenge Man City, Jamie Carragher predicted Man United to challenge to Man City, and none of them predicted Arsenal to be thereabouts.
Yeah.
Those two things. Yeah, and so many pundits
I
said that
still-
Havertz is shit,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be
Yeah.
shit. So, yeah, go ahead.
I still can't get over the fact that Rio Ferdinand was like, Arteta would join United in a heartbeat. I think
Yeah.
I'll take that to my grave. I think that's the worst ever take. Worst take ever in the history of football. But anyway, Vamsi, any shouts?
I don't know, man. I feel like from the season I've seen right from United, there was no good take. So it's like there's literally I don't
Okay,
know, bro. No good take.
last and final thing, and we have to talk about this thing, and there's only one answer to it. Uh, the what if scenario of Klopp winning the quadruple.
Oh, dude,
Basically
feel like he
the
fucked up
farewell.
though. He fucked up announcing it like super early. I feel and like
Yeah,
as soon as he said it, there were so many people that got injured like
yeah.
immediately.
Everybody got injured.
I was like, I bro, I'm gonna take a small breather. It's gonna be a long season.
Yeah,
But I think that just literally put too much stress on a Liverpool team that was like coming back. They didn't have like a really good season last season. Like they were recovering, and maybe if he said it like in the new year, like when they were going into that run in, maybe it would have like given them the boost. But announcing it that early, just like it just like crept like different things, like into the
yeah,
squad. Like they're like, oh, like will I be starting here again? There's a lot of uncertainty like came in, and I think like
yeah.
Salah in the end falling out with Klopp just didn't look pretty. Like all these things that were like happening.
I really wish that they won at least FA Cup or Europa League. Just one more, not Premier League, but like one of those two, just to make it a little bit, more memorable and
Yeah,
like
thanks to a
joyous at
ball
the end of
Dutch
the
guy.
season. Yeah,
Right?
ball Dutch guy. There you
Who's
go.
probably gonna lose against City. Like that's such a
Yeah.
waste.
Yeah,
For
but
me, yeah, I think, I mean, I've said it before in the podcast that I feel like the timing of this was not the best for from Klopp. I feel like he could have hidden that fact, or he could have said it at the start of the season. Either one of these two things could have been better for them. But then it's always hindsight talking, so we can't say anything. It could have been that like him saying this would have like ignited the Liverpool players into like performing so well this season that they win everything. At that point in time, they were in the race to win a lot of things. So that you
yeah,
can never say for sure like what happened. So it's up to him. He thought about it, and I'm happy for him, honestly.
yeah, good for him. He launched his Instagram page, Kloppo. Go follow. Some really nice
Oh, really?
nostalgia shit going on there. Yeah. He launched
Oh,
his Instagram today.
Yeah, and he said some shit. Okay, that
he
I was
got
like,
an
oh
Instagram page
moment.
or what? Like I don't understand.
No, he made a profile. So he basically
Oh,
came onto social media. So his handle is Kloppo.
So he said this shit, and this screams Dortmund. Okay, he's like, some people think like victory in football is like collecting trophies, but for me it's like collecting relationships and memories and shit
Yeah.
like that. And I was
But he
like,
is that sort of
oh,
a manager. He
yeah,
is that sort of a manager. He is that over manager.
yeah. And honestly, right, I think like for whatever he's done, he showed that it's possible to play a different kind of football against City, and it's possible to win every fucking thing
Yeah.
playing that kind of football, which is crazy because 7 years these fuckers have been winning, and we've been just every year in the podcast it seems like we're doing the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
But like he's gonna be a miss man, like from next season. But this could be like a really good thing for Arsenal fans because now Arteta knows that like somebody has done it and it's possible, and he can go to that top status next.
I do really wanted to win it with Klopp and Pep in the league. Like really wanted to win it.
yeah, he
But
wanted to win
of
it with
course,
them.
probably
That could
not
have
gonna
been like a
happen.
different
Yeah.
achievement, but it's just not meant to be.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
And
tough. That was like really tough.
yeah. Anyway, any parting words? Any parting shouts? Anything? This was our season wrap and
Dude, I
review.
want to shout out our Indian fan base in fucking Luton. Like, dude, Kenilworth Road has apparently sold out every fucking game this
Yeah.
season. Uh, and like we laughed at all the away stand shit and like everything. They haven't lost by more than 2 goals, which is as a United dream. United fan, this is a wet dream, right? Like, and they've been so good to watch, bro. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
fucking
Luton
Tai
Down has
Chong
been
and
really,
some
really good to watch. Some amazing games they've had. Major shout out to Leicester City coming back into the Premier League. Really excited to see that team again.
Yeah.
I just like one of the closest team to us. Like we know so much about that team that it just felt weird not having them in the Premier League and right back up, like winning the championship. Jamie Vardy is going to do another party next season, probably like one last party for him. And excited to see
Yeah.
Drewsbury Hall. He's had like a crazy good season. Excited to see my boy Chaudhary as well. And
Hamza.
excited to see my boy
Hamza.
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 Yeah, and yeah, excited to see Ipswich
Ipswich
Town too.
Town's coming back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah, Kieran McKenna has done
a
such a
good
good
job,
job.
really good job.
So two of Ole's boys, Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna, they were the brains behind the United operation,
Yeah.
and Ole was the man manager. Carrick and McKenna were like the tactical boys, and they were running the show. And came to no surprise that as soon as Ole left, both went to like the championship managing. Middlesbrough almost made it. They were in the fucking dead. They almost made it. And dude, Ipswich Town, bro, like they were also in the fucking dead, and then like Kieran McKenna goes there, and I'm glad that they're coming back. Uh, such a good story, just
It
like
is.
and like there's other teams, right, like in the championship that haven't made it, so it's
Yeah,
crazy
we
to
can
see.
we have
But
Southampton versus Leeds, the
Yeah.
championship final and playoff final. Then that's gonna be excited. I'm actually hoping Southampton come back. Another team who's
Southampton's come back. Yeah.
who's very close to Arsenal. Like just a whole exciting
Yeah.
team that we've had a lot of players from. Like
Yeah.
too
They
many.
can scam more people for like Lavia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
But
and
I fear
again,
for championship teams, especially after Burnley. What happened with Burnley? Like they were 100 like Centurions, right? And look how they flopped. I think well, I did one of the category I didn't cover was flop of the like worst managers, and I think Company was my shot for it. But
no, not at all.
yeah,
This is a team that he has,
I
not
think
at all.
I think he
Good call.
should
And
have
he came very,
tweaked
very,
his
very
tweaked his
close to.
tactics.
No, he came very close to. Like I feel like if the season goes on, there are 3-4 teams who I think if the season goes on for like 10-15 more games, it would have been good for them. Number one is Bournemouth. Number two is Crystal Palace. Number three is Chelsea. Number
Yeah.
four is Burnley. These four teams were actually doing well, and it just happened that the season is ending now. So yeah, shout out to
I think
Company,
you
bro.
could have
He'll be
just
back. Shout out to
yeah,
Albert
you'll definitely
Albert
be back.
Sambi Lokonga. Great season, bro.
We'll sell you, bro, to Burnley next season. Yeah, let's go. Okay,
Yeah.
any more? I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So-
Shout
I
out
have, I have a
Kloppo.
question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I have one question for both of you guys.
Yeah.
What top manager would you like seeing managing in the Premier League next season?
I just have one answer, bro. Tactical Tommy.
I know. what you
Come
meant.
back to me, bro. Come back. Anywhere.
I don't know,
Come
dude.
back
I
anywhere.
would love. I don't have a name, but I would love a proper Italian manager to bring that Italian football to the Premier League just for the flavor of it. I don't think we have one. Roberto De Servi was more of like cut from.
I mean,
Pep
whoever
Arteta cloth.
gets that manager, that team is gonna just die. Like, there's no need for that type of football anymore.
I don't.
I kill
That's what I'm
you.
saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Like it might just not die, and let's just bring the different flavors to the Premier League. It is Farmers League. We know Pep Guardiola is going to win it, so might as well just watch them win against different type of football. Because I think Premier League is getting homogenized, right? At this point of time, everything, all of the football, basically everything is going towards one type of football, and that's system and like that.
Tottenham, they are use it here. They are use it here.
They don't want to play under pressure.
Bro, 3 managers, bro. Okay, let's actually talk about Ange, right? Just for a minute. The way he said, dude, I actually have so much respect for him, for that guy. The way he, conducted himself in that week, it was amazing. And the things that he said before, after, during the game, hats off.
Yeah.
Just go away from Tottenham as soon as possible.
Yeah, dude, I hope he comes to United. By the way, to answer that question, right? Allegri is free, by the way. Like, he just got. It's sort of crazy. They just
You know why he was sacked? Because he went crazy in the Coppa Italia final. Like, he took off his shirt and started almost punching the ref or something. They're like, we don't want this crazy guy. Yeah.
Really?
But a little bit to Ange Postecoglou. Ange, bro, I don't know if you're listening to this, but like I didn't. I mean, I thought that you were like a one-trick pony and you did not have tactics to survive in the Premier League. But over the last 2 weeks, I've seen various different tweaks in tactics. I've seen you employ a false nine against Guardiola, tweak the system so much, like have a system to actually get past that mid block and attack them to a level that City became uncomfortable. He's already had City's number in the previous game at the Etihad and done it again. He has tactical weapons. He just doesn't have the players with the personality, and he's really good media orator, and everything that he says almost makes sense all the time because his fundamentals are clear. I've never seen a manager with such clear as fuck fundamentals that this is what we're gonna do. This is what takes to be a winning team, and I think he will be a really successful manager if Tottenham want to be successful. If Tottenham don't want to be successful, I hope he goes somewhere else soon. So, shout out
Yeah, I
Ange.
would love
Quick.
to
Okay. Shout out to our boy Granite. I think undefeated. Leverkusen to from
Why
Leverkusen
you
to
why
never
you saying
losing
things which
everything
are
else.
which can cause trouble, bro? What if they win what if they lose the last next 3 games? Then what? It's over.
that would be sad.
No, bro, but they've won everything, bro. Like they've won.
They
The
just
only
won
thing
the
that they can use is
Bundesliga by now, and they're not undefeated. Yes, if they lose the next 3 games, it'll just be Bundesliga. That's it. Which
which
is
is
impressive.
totally fine. I mean, it's just like imagine
It's
the
not a
season that they have.
legendary
You, I
season.
would. It's still fine, dude. They have won 2 trophies in their entire history. Like, and imagine winning the
Yeah,
Bundesliga.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's impressive beyond all measures
It
the
is
what they did
impressive, but
and what
like
they're doing.
what I mean,
So
if they win the next 3 games,
don't
it's
go. No, no,
probably the
don't go by.
single
Yeah, no,
most
no. Come,
single best club season in world football ever. I would say ever.
agreed,
An
100%.
invincible treble. That is
Yeah, 100%.
too
Yeah,
much.
I mean that's what I'm saying. The ceiling is just you just can't reach it until you do. But even if they don't, I don't want to put them down if they lose any
Right.
of the other games that are
Right.
remaining. I think
Yeah.
it's the probably top 2 3 teams in the world right now in terms of just the performance and everything else. So
Yep.
big
That
shout out to
makes
them.
sense.
And Granite finally won a league, which he deserved last season, and he would have deserved this season, but he finally got it. So there you go, Granite.
Yeah. Sorry to Eric Dyer and Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane will
But
all
until
Harry
next time.
Harry Kane big time.
Sorry, Dyer and Harry Kane, but I'm so sorry, but
GWP.
things are
Okay.
going there. And goodbye to Roberto De Zerbi. I really enjoyed your anti-random football timing based, whatever the hell you were trying to do.
Some
Timing
Christopher
based.
Nolan of Pep
Tire
Guardiola.
Chris. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's a good one. And really enjoyed you getting thrashed 4-5-0, but still sticking to the principles. Enjoy your time at Bayern Munich, I guess, or wherever the hell you're going.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
have time
shout
to
out
think and
to
play, bro.
shout out to David Moyes. You have one more job to do, bro, before you scoot.
Papa Moyes, let's do it.
Alright, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Finn.
that was a wrap. That was a wrap, guys. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying Finn. Fin. Finn.
Finn, yeah. That was a wrap, and that was the end of season awards. Let us know how many of our disagreements you have.